Okay, I think we're ready to go. Right.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our webinar. Thank you for joining us. My name is Daniel, and I am a Key Partnerships Manager here at Your Overseas Home. Today, we welcome Victoria from Cyprus Emerald. Victoria, could you please introduce yourself and just give us a bit about what Cyprus Emerald does?
Yeah. So my name is Victoria Yanni. I've been here for 28 years. I've been working for the group for over 20 years nearly. We offer a lot of things, from viewing trips to viewing trips, and then coming out and helping people either invest or retire, or whatever their needs are. We get to know the client before they come out, and we establish what they are looking for, or what their needs are, or what their hobbies are, or kind of everything. And we get to know them, and then we establish where we're going to show them, what we're going to show them. We have I could say a one-stop shop. We offer from when you've started looking and we've had the consultation till after you've bought.
Brilliant. And
we're still there.
Yeah.
So we hold your hand, basically. We hold the client's hand until they're ready to, branch out on their own.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. And we've heard so many amazing things from so many happy clients of ours going through Cyprus Emerald as well. So again, thank you for joining us today.
We've had a lot, and we've helped a lot achieve their dreams, and that's great. That's what we're all about. That's our passion. We love our job. We love Cyprus.
Oh, fantastic. And again, thank you for joining us today. And also thank you to everyone watching here, whether you're watching live or on demand, for joining as well. If you do have any questions as we go along, please do type them in the questions tab on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. We hope to answer as many questions as we can today, but if we don't get around to them all, please don't worry. Any unanswered questions will be forwarded to Victoria and the team at Cyprus Emerald. So first of all, what we'll do is we'll start with a few of the more kind of like general questions that will hopefully give people a good wide range. And hopefully from there, we'll get some more questions from the people watching, and we can move on to them as well. So I suppose the first question would be, you mentioned about viewing trips.
Yeah.
What is a property viewing trip, and how does it kind of work with Cyprus and Cyprus Emerald?
So what we do is we try, like I said before, we try to get to know the client before they come out, before they book, so that we can establish areas and properties and the reason that they're actually going to be buying in Cyprus. Once we've done that, once we've had that consultation, that conversation, and I know the client, then it's a viewing trip, basically. And what we offer accommodation, airport pickups. We offer up to 7 days, and in those 7 days we do area tours. We show them we show them the areas, we show them Cyprus, we show them properties, then legal advice if they need that, if they need an accountant, depending on the reasons that they're actually coming out to view. The only thing that the client has to do is they book their own flights. Everything else we cover. That's what we do.
Oh, fantastic. And so it is really just like the going, the seeing the properties themselves, but being handheld and being shown Cyprus as a whole, not just the properties. Oh, fantastic. And you said that it was 7 days, so you would recommend that kind of what whole week to go and really make sure?
It doesn't have to be 7 days. I would say 4 or 5 days. But if you want 7 days, then they will have a couple of days to, relax, have a look around themselves. So it doesn't have to be 7 days, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. And when it comes to Cyprus Emerald, you said that you're really showing them around. You're kind of looking at the areas, the properties. Is it better to book this through you, for example, through an agent rather than just going and looking yourself?
Of course, because as I said before, I've been here 28 years. I've been in the industry for 20 years, so I know the areas, I know the stock, and someone coming on their own, it's a minefield. So it would be really difficult. Personally, I think it's better to come through someone like myself, where I can help them, and we can help them. And we can help them from area tours, selling property. We have an after sales department that helps them with insurance, residency. We have everything. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when it comes to this, when it comes to the speaking to you, getting that trip booked to go view properties and things, how far in advance should people really start thinking about getting one of these set up?
Yeah, it depends, but I think as soon as possible. If it's something that they want to do, I think it would be good to do it as soon as possible. Okay, of course we would like a little bit of advance because we have to sort out the accommodation and everything like that, and the viewings, but yeah, so 1 week would be, I think, sufficient if that's.
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. So you kind of week out there is the kind of max amount of time you think would be needed, but if it's people are considering kind of getting the ball rolling ASAP, just kind of being in touch, having that back.
We do have people come for 3-4 days. It all depends on the client and how they want to.
And from what you've seen with these clients, are there more popular regions in Cyprus that people are tending to go towards? Is there a most popular region?
There's the East Coast where I'm based, and also Paphos, which is very popular. So we have two very popular areas for relocation, investment. Also Larnaca, that's another option for people that are investing because there's a lot of growth there. There's a lot of investment going on there. But throughout the island there is. So it again depends on what the client wants, the reason why they're wanting to buy. Is it investment? Is it golf? Is it just to relax by the beach? Is it to retire? There's so many different reasons. So that's what we try to do, is establish what that client needs and wants.
Yeah.
And that all goes back to the consultation. When I speak to them, I try to get everything out of it, the reasons, finance, everything. Because it does all depend on that.
Okay. And would you say that there are kind of big differences between the east and west side? So between Paphos and Larnaca, for example?
Paphos is vast. It's a very big area. It's a much bigger area than the East Coast. It's more hilly. It's more green. It has golf courses. The East Coast, we have the most beautiful beaches. We have 29 blue flag beaches, and they are absolutely stunning. So again, it depends. Paphos is a little bit more expensive than the East Coast. You do get a lot more for your money on the East Coast, but again, it depends on what the client's looking for.
Yeah. And do you think that there's a shift between people that want more holiday-based properties in the East Coast versus more relocations in the West, for example?
No. Yeah, it's a bit of both. It depends. In the East Coast, we have a lot of villages, so that would be for expats, relocation, but we do also have investment near to the sea. And Paphos is a little bit the same. You have golf properties, you have sea properties, and you again have village properties. So, yeah.
So both are really kind of like available, depending on, again, client needs, what they kind of wanting.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Definitely. Limassol is a big city. It's more for businesses. It doesn't really have any beaches. It's a big city. It's not, it's very expensive. It's reached its, I think, but then you have got Larnaca, and some people do choose Larnaca because it is close to the airport. It has got a lot of growth. It's a little bit cosmopolitan as well. So, everyone's kind of different in what they want. So, this is again I try to determine what they're looking for and what their goals are and what they're wanting to do.
Yeah, because it's very unique, very individual, so it's always...
Yes, it is. It always is, yeah.
Okay, and is there I suppose you'd say, a best time of year when you're thinking about kind of viewing Cyprus or doing viewing trips in Cyprus?
No, probably most of the year. August is not the best time because it's very hot, but again, it depends on, we were very busy this August, which we're not normally, very hot, but we were very busy. So yeah, no, any time of the year, really.
So there isn't, I suppose you call it like property where there are more or less properties on the market at certain times of year?
No, not at the moment, no.
Okay.
No, definitely not. There's properties available, yeah, all the time. It doesn't change from season to season. And the price doesn't change from season to season. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, that's really interesting, especially for our watchers that are coming from somewhere like the UK, where, again, there is a lot of seasonality with property.
A lot of people say that. A lot of people ask that question. Is it good to come at the end of the season? Will the prices go down? Or no, it's not like that. It's not like the UK. It's completely different.
Okay, and would you say off the top of your head there are any other kind of big differences that surprise people around the markets of like the UK versus Cyprus?
That's a good question. From the UK to Cyprus, it is definitely a different market. Yeah, I don't know how to answer that question. Yeah, it's definitely different. It's a different market. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that's completely fine. Again, it's something that maybe down the line people differences might be.
Yeah. I mean, an estate agent in England, someone sees a property, they go to see one property, whereas in Cyprus, people are coming from another country and we're selling them a lifestyle. We're selling them something completely different. We're not just selling a property, we're helping them to move to a different country. So it's a big difference from real estate in the UK.
Yeah, so there's a lot more hands-on, there's a lot more trust involved,
Yeah.
a lot more communication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Brilliant.
I mean, we pick up clients from the airport, we take them to put their electricity on. Well, I mean, we do so many things for clients, and that's not what an estate agent does in the UK. They show one property, they buy it or they don't buy it.
Yeah. If they reply back to you in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And when people are flying in, is there kind of a certain, like, how many airports are there, for example?
We've got 2 airports. We've got one in the west coast, which is Paphos, and we've got one in the east coast, which is Larnaca.
Okay, and just off the top of it, do you know how long the kind of general distance by drive, for example, is between those two?
So from one end of the island to the other, it's 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a straight road. There's no traffic. So if someone lands in Paphos and they want to buy in the east coast, it's not really like a massive. It's not like the UK where you're like stuck in traffic for 3 hours or 4 hours. So you can sort of choose. Yeah.
And is there? I mean, this is purely a bias question, but is there an airport you prefer? Is one of them just that little bit nicer, or just one you'd rather be flying in and out of?
Paphos is a very small airport. Larnaca is a bigger airport. It's more international than Paphos. So it has more, and it's newer. It's newer than Paphos. So again, it's something that depends on where the client's coming from. I don't think it makes a massive difference, to be honest.
Okay, so again, they're quite similar in that regard.
Yeah.
But okay, so we've got someone that's in this example, someone that's flown in. They've come to view properties with yourself. During those days, what would you say is the average amount of properties that you'd want to be going and viewing in one day, where you're not overloading yourself, but you're not kind of...
Well, you don't want to overload, and basically I've spoken to them before they come, so I've got to know the client, I've got to know what they need, what they want, what area they need, and I've narrowed that down. So I've created a short list. I've basically done the work for the client. So it's not a lot of properties. You know, we will maybe 3 a day, 4 a day. Yeah, that would probably be it, really. Just to give them a mixture of options, but yeah.
And around that around those 3 or 4 a day, you're going and you're viewing just the local surroundings. You'll do viewing, I'm guessing, things like local restaurants is.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. We would start off with an area tour and show them the areas, show them the amenities, show them the beaches, show them the restaurants, show them the villages, possibly introduce them to people that have already bought, which we do a lot. We have a lot of clients that become friends basically from buying, and then they meet other clients of ours, and so yeah, we sort of do that.
Okay. And how is the the expat community in Cyprus?
Yeah, we have a very good expat community, but we have a very good expat community, but we also have a very good Cypriot as well. So we have a really good mix on both sides of the island. So because a lot of people don't just want to be with British people, they want to, you know, interact with Cypriots as well. So that's most of the villages. You get a bit of both. But you make friends. You're in a community, so you make friends. You join clubs. You join walking groups, different things like that.
Yeah. Okay. And so, is it more then you're saying that the more bigger cities have the more expats type communities, and then the villages have more of a mix of locals and expats then?
Yeah, I think the big cities are more not really expats. The bigger cities are probably, there are a lot different nationalities and a lot of businesses and a lot of Cypriots. Whereas the villages, if you're thinking of relocating, then definitely it would be a village because you'd have a mix of both.
Yeah, and it's more communal then.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, definitely.
Lovely. I suppose because again, this at the end of the day is quite focused on viewing trips. This webinar. When someone is planning and thinking about viewing trips, on the, I suppose, budgetary side of things, would you say that there is a typical cost of how much a viewing trip would be to Cyprus for things like, what you said, accommodation, flights, all of that?
Yes. Well, I mean, obviously, the client would book their flights, but we provide accommodation, and we provide a couple of meals during that time, and their only cost would be their flights, basically, and maybe if they were going to go out, for example, in the evening. So it would be quite low.
Okay. And
it would be a lot. And it's very cheap in Cyprus, so.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
And just
and things like that.
Yeah. And just to ease people's minds, there aren't any like hidden fees and things like that to be aware of when, let's say, if they're booking outside of you or like booking with you, nothing that they need to be concerned about or be thinking about in that sense.
No.
Okay.
No. It'd be their flights, and if they wanted to go out in certain evenings, that would be about it. So.
Okay, perfect. And so when it comes to people that you're taking people out on these viewing trips, you're going viewing areas, locations, all of this. You are one of the people at Cyprus Emerald that goes and does the viewings themselves. How big is the team at Cyprus Emerald, and how many people are doing these viewing trips?
We have quite a big team. We cover the whole of the island. So, in terms of people like myself, I think we have about 10 people. Yeah. So if someone wants to look in Paphos, we have someone in Paphos. If someone wants to look in the East Coast, obviously I'm here. There is also other consultants. So yeah, we have quite a few. So.
And so it doesn't matter like where, as long as it's south of that border, like the northern border between the Cypriot side and the like more Turkish side, you can cover it essentially.
Yeah, we cover it all. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And so when you're out on this trip, you're viewing areas that say they're in a position where they want to be buying soon. Can you be meeting up with a lawyer or
Yeah, that would definitely be part of it. Yeah, we would definitely introduce them to a lawyer, and they could sign a power of attorney, which when they're not here, he would be able to act on their behalf, obviously with written confirmation. So yeah, we would introduce them to a lawyer with legal advice.
Okay, perfect.
Definitely.
And how important would you say having a lawyer and having legal representation for Cyprus is?
It's very important. Like it is in the UK, it's good to have a lawyer. We would advise an independent lawyer, and he would take care of the due diligence of the property and everything else that's legal after that. It might be immigration, it might be wills, it could be many things. But yes, definitely you should have a lawyer for sure.
Yeah,
for definitely.
Sure. Okay, fantastic. And with these people that are coming over as well, are there any restrictions for non-Cypriot buyers that are buying in Cyprus?
The only thing is they can't buy more than 2 properties.
Okay.
And we have to apply. Well, the lawyer will apply on behalf of the client to the Council of Ministers, but that's a formality. So that's it basically.
So how does that work with the Council of Ministers then? Is it just like something to have that final tick off approval?
Yeah, basically, yeah. And the lawyer will do that. So yeah, and it's quite quick, and it's, as I said, it's a formality. It's never refused. It's just something that non-Europeans have to do now when they're buying property.
Yeah. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, it's just, again, another really good example of how important it is to have like a good independent lawyer, just to kind of, as you're helping on the property side, hold their hand on the legal side and the kind of formalities.
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt. Yeah, you need it all.
Yeah.
And if they need tax advice, we can also recommend an accountant, if they want some tax advice. And
okay, so then after this person has gone out on their viewing trip, let's say they found a property that they really have fallen in love with, they've spoken to a lawyer, what is the process? What's the next step after you find that property you've fallen in love with?
Okay, so they found the property they fall in love with. What we would do on their behalf is, if they wanted to put an offer in, we would negotiate, depending if it's a resale, depending if it's a new build. We would negotiate either price or maybe some air conditioning on a new build. And then once we've came to an agreement, then we would then introduce them to a lawyer. They would need to put a reservation down, a 5,000 reservation, and that would take the property off the market until the lawyer has done all his searches and his due diligence. And then after about 30 days, the contract would be prepared.
Okay, and then it's just going through signing the contract, exchange, completion.
Obviously, if it's a new build and it's off plan, then there's going to be staged payments. It's going to be a little bit different than a resale.
Yeah, and for anyone that's a bit more, I suppose, a bit less knowledgeable about the new build side of Cyprus, I know that there are quite a lot of benefits in some ways to getting a new build, one of which is the visa side. Could you explain a bit more about how new builds work in Cyprus?
Yeah, it's not just the visa side, it's the quality of the build.
Yeah.
Compared to 20 years ago or 15 years ago, which it was a property that was built with just concrete. Now we have 8 centimetres insulation, we have thermoglazing, we have the photovoltaic, which we're taking advantage of the sun we have because we have so much sun. So it's a lot different, it's a lot more economic, the new air conditioning system, and you can work everything off your photovoltaic. So your electricity bills basically are next to nothing, compared to older properties. You don't have the damp, you don't have to, with a resale, you have to get it to the category that it is now, you have to spend money to do that.
Yeah. Okay, so it's
so it's not just the visa, it's definitely a good way forward. The quality of build is amazing.
Fantastic, because I know that new builds are becoming more and more popular in Cyprus.
And the thing is, you get to design that in a way. You can choose what you want inside it. You can make some changes. If you want an ensuite or you don't want an ensuite, or you want a walk-in wardrobe. If you want, I don't know, orange tiles or you want white tiles, you can, you've got that choice. Whereas with a resale, you don't have that choice.
Yeah,
it's there, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
So, and by the time you've maybe tried to update a resale, it's the cost of a new build anyway, and economically, it's definitely the way forward for sure.
Okay, fantastic. And when it comes to locations of these new builds, there might be like an idea that they are further out, they're less accessible to amenities and things. Would you say that is true, or would you say that location isn't really as much of a factor?
No. We can have new builds anywhere. Yeah, seaside, village, hillside, everywhere.
Yeah. Okay, fantastic. Because amenities, I know, is a very big thing, especially for, let's say, families.
Of course.
So, is that something as well when you're going on a viewing trip that you're pointing out, saying, "Oh, here's the school, here's."
Of course, yes, yeah. If it's a family that've got children, then obviously we want to point out the schools, the English schools or the international schools. Retirees. We're definitely going to point out different things to different clients.
Yeah, because everyone's going to have their own
everyone's coming over for a different reason. So, if it's for investment, then I would show them all the coast and show them all the beach bars and the restaurants and everything like that, so that because they're going to get a rental potential on that. If it's retirees, I'd probably move more towards the villages, show them tavernas, the community. If it's golf, then obviously we'll show them around golf places. So everyone's different. But that's, again, what I discussed in the start, that I would get to know the client first. So I'd be showing them what's appropriate for them.
Okay, fantastic. And when people that are coming over that are looking to invest, because you've said that a few times, it's when they're going to kind of buy property to rent out.
Mm-hmm.
And again, with that, I know you said that there isn't much difference between the East and the West in terms of like the holiday makers, the people that are coming through for a couple of weeks just on holiday. Are there any areas which are real hotspots? Because I know Ayia Napa, for example, used to be quite a big one.
Yeah. Ayia Napa it used to be for the young ones, but now it's changed because we have a marina and they've it's a little bit different now. So whereas there was 30 clubs, there's now one club. So it's a little bit different now. Then we have Protaras, which is more for families. And then you have Paphos as well, which again is popular for holidaymakers as well. So we have a lot of tourist spots. Paphos doesn't have beaches as such. They have rocky beaches, and they only have one main beach, which is Coral Bay, whereas we have, like I said, about 29 blue flag beaches.
Yeah, so just basically the entire coastline along there is all just...
Yeah, and 52% of the tourists this year were Protaras.
Wow.
Yeah, so we have a massive, and even now, we have still got tourists, and they're saying that this October has been the busiest that it's been in years. So,
okay, perfect. I suppose one of the final questions I've got for you, Victoria, is if following this webinar, people that have maybe watched live or people that have watched this on demand, what is the best way to get in touch with Cyprus Emerald to learn more about buying property in Cyprus?
We have a website, which I think you have one of the Q codes, which has got my name and my email on it, and the website. So basically there. So any questions that anyone has, they can go through that and contact myself, and I'll be able to answer anything for them.
Fantastic. So just to confirm again, any questions, scan the QR code, it sends you straight through, and then it means that we can get you connected in touch. So I think that is about all the time we have for today.
Okay.
We just hit the half an hour mark. Victoria, thank you so much for all the kind of insightful tips and advice that you've given, the questions that you've answered. Again, to anyone watching, we strongly recommend getting in touch with Cyprus directly to discuss your requirements, any questions you might have about your potential purchases. Before we leave, I'd also like to invite you to leave us, your overseas home, a Trustpilot review. If you found this webinar helpful, it's fantastic. It's great to get this kind of feedback. We also have many upcoming webinars that might be useful for you, so feel free to head over to our website to register or click the link below. Again, finally, thank you all for joining today. Victoria, thank you for answering all these questions. And to everyone out there, happy property hunting.
Thank you.
Bye.